I wrote a piece called "The Democrats' War on Capitalism." I got a call from after the bell to discuss it.
There used to be an environment where the signals from Washington were "don't be too greedy." Now the signals from Washington have been basically be as greedy as possible.
Economist and New York Times columnist Paul Krugman calling out Washington for being greedy, too greedy, despite a booming economy and a decreasing unemployment rate, among a whole list of positive signs for the American people. Here now to react to this is radio talk show host Larry Elder. Good to see you, Larry. So we've got as many new job openings as we do people looking for jobs. That's full employment. Right. We got the lowest black unemployment ever. We've got a very low Latino unemployment level. We've got businesses expanding all over the place. But all that is bad because it's greedy. What do you think?
Well, that, of course, and Donald Trump is a racist and a sexist and a homophobe and the rest. The reason I wrote the piece I did is because on the 200th anniversary of the death of Karl Marx, Michael Moore, who is one of the social influencers in the Democratic Party, tweeted that Karl Marx was right, that the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, that the capitalists exploit the worker class, yada blah, etc. The problem is he's just not an outlier. Over half of the Democratic Party supports socialism, and 56% of the Democratic voters in the primaries do. So when Hillary recently offered yet another reason why she lost, and she said during the primary, she was asked, "Are you a capitalist?" During the Iowa caucuses, and she said yes, and it hurt her. Turns out she's right.
Right. Well, no, Hillary is far too conservative for these lefties. So is Nancy Pelosi, by the way. Nancy Pelosi might lose her seat. Even if the Democrats win, she might not be the next speaker. But Larry, the point is that they're so wrong about things. I always take the opportunity to repeat what Paul Krugman said on election night. I'm going to quote him here. It really does now look like President Donald J. Trump, and markets are plunging. When might we expect them to recover? A first pass answer is never. Well, of course, we know it was 18,000 the Dow. We closed, even though it was down today, we closed at 24,700. Right. I mean, American people realize what's wrong is wrong, don't they?
Well, David, being a Democrat means never having to say you're sorry. Michael Moore apparently is not apologetic about the 80 million dead under the Mao communist regime, the 50 million dead under Stalin, and the millions dead under the communist regime in Cambodia. Yet here he is touting the fruits of communism. I mean, honestly, has he been in a time warp?
But, even in places like California, where you're from, where you're speaking from right now, there seem to be signs of an awakening from people who are tired of getting it wrong. I mean, people do get tired of losing. Donald Trump, so far, I don't see many people getting tired of winning, but people get tired of losing. And the argument is losing. The argument that Krugman makes about capitalism is losing. The argument that he makes about markets is losing. Aren't voters ready to turn around, even in states like yours?
I hope you're right. Writ large, I know you are, but in California, I'm not so sure, David. This is a sanctuary state. This is a state that allows illegal aliens to drive cars. This is a state that allows an illegal alien to get in-state tuition. Your son or daughter, if they apply to UCLA, couldn't get that if they live in Wisconsin. This is outrageous. And Donald Trump, the only person I think less popular than Donald Trump in California, David, is Charlie Manson.
Oh, boy. Do we have time to play that soundbite from Seattle? Just play the sound. These are what some protesters did about Amazon in Seattle. Play the soundbite quick.
Big business existing is not incidental to impoverishment in our city and in our culture. It's the cause of it.
Corporations are paying a lower tax now than at any time in history, so I don't think I would call it punishment.
Business as usual means death as usual. If they can't pay, who can?
Business as usual is death as usual. Larry Elder, I know you want to respond, but we got to go. We got to have you back. We love you, man. Please come back often, okay?
Texas is saying, come on down.
Exactly. Larry Elder, great to see you. Thank you very much.
When we come back, Joy from Oakland, California, wants to talk about the mega hat incident. She said it wasn't race, it was the hat. Well, the only reason I brought up race was because he was called the N-word. I'm Larry Elder. Don't leave town.